Hello, this is GoodDigestion with another game of Galaxy. Let's go. Alright, so for this video I'm going to be doing something a little different. First of all, I'm not playing on my normal account. I am playing on just like an alt account I created a while ago. Because I want to do a little bit of beginner content. Most of my stuff is, generally playing with like other people kind of in like the top 15, top 20 now. There's a lot more strong players these days. But I'm going to just try and do like a basic strategy guide as kind of like stuff that I would generally consider kind of like given knowledge for my normal viewership. But I don't know, it was suggested by another Discord member that I try this. So I also want to use basic captains, which is why I think like the starter list for a captain instead of just one of my decks, because I think that'll be maybe more relatable gameplay when you don't have all the cards unlocked. Alright, so I guess the first thing I'm going to talk about is just like, what is this deck I'm even looking at? So in this game you have about, it's a little bit over 100 I believe, of like cards that are in every deck for every captain. Like you can't change it. Things like jealous stepsisters or evil stepmother, they're always going to be in the game and you could potentially find them in your deck. These 12 cards are optional. By default now you get a starter deck that has, like it used to be that you had no cards and you had to unlock all 12 before you even had the ability to modify your decks. Now you just get these first 12, and in general they're pretty decent decks. Like you don't have to think about not being able to compete until very, very high like ranking and stuff. Like, I mean, if you're in the middle of the pack, this deck is absolutely viable to play. Like you don't have to worry about collecting other cards. So in this game, the core gameplay is really about resource management. I mean, that's true of, I think, probably most strategy games. But so then the question becomes, what are the resources in this game? Now, obviously, you have life. But life is kind of a weird resource, like say compared to something like Magic the Gathering, where you spend some of it up and then you don't really miss it later if you can actually stabilize. But in this game, we have the half heart system, which means that if you're in a fight and you lose, you take half heart damage. Now, if you lose by a lot, like your opponent has 3 or more characters left on board, you'll go down to like the next. You'll lose the full heart. If you're already like on a half heart, that you'll lose a half heart. But if you get too far behind, you can die very quickly. Now, so that has a couple implications about how you manage it, though. The one obvious one is, of course, that if you're on a full heart, you can spend some of your life resource to maybe make greedier plays, stuff that's going to help scale you in the future. Things like treasure acquisition or permanent buffs to character types like Fae. And then if you're on half heart, you should probably be more conservative, like focus on immediate strength gains and try and do your best to win the fight, heal back up, and then you can go back on a cycle of greeding, recovering, until at least you get to the point where even when you're greeding, you're stronger than your opponents and you just win every fight. And that's kind of like the ideal core loop, I think, of the game. Now, the other part, though, with the life management is, there are definitely times where there's nothing you can do about it, or taking a greedy play is so valuable that you're willing to fully sacrifice a heart, or take a risky line that likely leads to full heart damage, or losing the rest of your cracked heart. The thing in this game, though, is that the value of hearts actually increases as the game progresses, which is a little bit weird. So like spending hearts on early advantage actually has like a very minimal advantage to it. A heart is worth way more than like any kind of early treasure or something. And the reason for that is, well, there are two. One is that as you level up, as you play more turns, the cards in your shop are just way, way better. and the effects that you have just like completely eclipse what you might have done for scaling before. So if you take a heart damage on turn 4 and you get like a green treasure or something, that's okay. I mean, green treasures can be useful, but then, you know, compared to like saying doing the same thing on turn 8, like it's a huge difference in what you're actually gaining for the cost you're paying. Now, the other reason too is how this game uses async lobbies. So what that means is if I play this game here with CHUK, I will say I play till turn 12, I get second place. Now that board, that team of characters will be submitted, and some other player with a similar ranking has a chance of loading up the game and finding me as one of their opponents. And in that situation, I will have all of the same cards that I had in my game, like same power level and everything. But after turn 12, there's no more data. So basically it just stops. So if we're on similar power levels and maybe we're trading blows back and forth, and then you get to 13 and you go to your shops and you add some more stuff, maybe find a treasure, you go back and fight me again, I haven't improved at all. So simply by outlasting me and by, like, you know, protecting your hearts, you've got a huge advantage over the rest of the lobby. And of course, you know, that suggests that you should, in general, for people, or like when you're performing, you should have a slightly higher win rate than you would like in a game like chess or something, where you're kind of like all on a level playing field. All right, so I'm gonna start this game. This is a pretty big introduction. So I'm gonna, of these 3 captains, what I'm looking for is something that can help me protect life, but also contributes to scaling, right? And it's like the gain that you get out of spending life force. So like Maximus, for example, oh, he's been buffed. I don't think I've actually played him since it switched to 15. Yeah, he's got an okay effect, but you have to get to 15 KO'd enemies, which means that you don't have anything helping you out right away. It means that if things go poorly and you're losing fights, that's fewer enemies you're KOing, and its payoff becomes just like non-existent. It, like, you get further and further behind. You know, it's a fun captain. Like, I'm not saying you can't play it or it can't be good, but say like CHUK, he has an immediate value, like a really good one. Toys they have 2 bodies in general. I mean, the toys we're going to be most interested in will have 2 bodies, so you double up on this ability, and this can do a lot to just make sure you get through the early game healthy, and you can start greeting right away, and CHUK will just keep you safe until you're like ready to progress to the next part of the game. Now with him, that means like knowing when and how to transition is the real challenge of learning this captain. Like compared to Geppetto, where I feel like most new players just go all in on toys and see if it works. That's not really how I like to play CHUK. You do toys for a little bit and then you pivot out of it. Now with this starter deck, it doesn't really have a big pivot. Like the payoff is this Moon Shadow, which doesn't really seem to do much. And like we're playing Chip on the Ship, which obviously that's a payoff for toys. So I will be going all in on toys on this, but you know, I could also maybe play for secret rares or something that's just going to be better than smallish toys in the late game. All right, let's start the game now. All right, Jack in the Box is really great. Like here, at the start of the game, like the things I'm looking for is, the first thing I want is to start scaling. I'm looking for questers. I'm looking for Fae, Rose and Thorn specifically. If I can't find that, I want stats to protect my life until I can find something actually to cash in on. But Jack in the Box would probably be pick one anyways, because it's so obscenely powerful in this captain. And then here, I'll take Dragonling. It's a decent quester. Yeah, I don't know. It can get me a little bit of value. Then I'll position in such a way that Dragonling is most likely to attack. So it can be over here or wherever. It doesn't matter at all, but just before the Jack in the Box. And I also don't want Jack behind it. If you position like this, if they go first, you get a 50% chance of them attacking first. Obviously, they're going to go right into the Dragonling, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want my Dragonling to be killed before it can attack. If I do this way, There's a 75% chance that Dragonling is not attacked before it has a chance to attack itself. Alright, so we'll battle. Alright, it survives. It gets attacked but survives because of its toughness. And then we end up drawing the fight, which is fine. We're not gonna sweat not drawing. Okay, so this choice is a pretty interesting one. So Silver Jack in the Box is very good. It's just free stat, but since all of our toys are villains, this is an extremely easy quest to complete. And since we're still healthy, I think it's a good time to kind of take the less strong play. Yeah, so we'll take the Stepmother. And like Rose here too, I talked about Rose being a thing I want to do, but I generally prefer to take this really just in like the first turn, unless there's absolutely nothing better to do, but both of these are better than Rose. Okay, so we found Busted Bot, which is a villain. It's just got better stats. Puck like doesn't really do anything. It makes the Dragonling a little bit better, but it has none of its own stats really, so it's just you're trading it off, and I don't really need the Dragonling to have stats. I just need it to attack. And then I'll put just strongest units in the front, increase the chance that I have 3 units remaining when the fight ends. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would love to do full hard damage to this player. Okay, that's unfortunate for us, but we're still going to win the fight with no trouble. So, at the beginning of this, I mentioned there was, like, life is the most obvious resource that you have, too, but, like, time is another one. And, like, what I mean by time is, like, there are certain windows for you to, like, be able to have an action payout. So, like, for example, here, these units are really good still right now, right? But they won't be good for very much longer. By, like, say turn 5, probably around turn 6, like they'll start to seem a little bit inadequate. So I'm really on the clock to kind of push through a way to transition in the mid game to something a little bit more powerful than just Jack in the Box and Busted Bot. And so a lot of that is going to be treasures in this deck. I don't really have anything else going on. I don't have some big like legendary character payoffs that are going to generate a lot of stats by themselves. So I really need to keep that in mind, that like I only have a few turns where I'm going to be safe to kind of do whatever I want. So we'll just take stats here. And yeah, I guess this is a villain because it's all types. So I'll take that. I think it's fine. We'll complete the Stepmother. Here, none of these are great. This is good with the, like, putting a summon on it. Like, once the Dragonling is complete, I'll move one of these over and it'll be fine. So I think that's what I'll take. And, yeah, Dragonling seems fine. And there's not really a reason. So Snowball's okay. Like, I don't dislike Snowball in this particular captain. Its effect is a little bit nonsense. It doesn't really do much. But compared to Silver's, it's, yeah, just not going to cut the mustard. I don't want to go too much into about, like, how shop mechanics work. It's a really long and tedious thing. But just as a rule of thumb, seeing more shops is extremely good. So, like, taking a silver here, it just, without going into details, it makes my future shops better. And so... I mean, you can pass silvers for sure. Like, I did it already, right? And even passing silvers increases the odds that you find silvers again. But it's better to just try and get as much, like, action economy as you can in this game. So, yeah, seeing shops is really important. Now, an obvious... wow, we are really not getting there with the Dragonling. So a natural part of that, though, is that means that... making plays that don't so you get shops by having silvers into your deck, right? And you get silvers by picking up bronze characters. So that means every time you take a spell, it gives you an immediate payoff. but it also means you're not putting silvers into your shop. And so the more you do this, the more your late game suffers, as you just see more and more shops of bronze, and you're like, okay, I need to keep digging for specific cards. I need to dig for treasure, gold characters, and you just haven't invested enough in that part of, your end game. So there's always a huge cost to playing spells. I mean, you can get away with a couple. It's, fine, and there's definitely the time and place. But Candylar's this whole style is largely built around the fact that spells are so costly, and that's why they, made a set that creates a lot of tension, because the spells are so powerful. Like, they scale themselves. But yeah, so in this deck, we're mostly gonna avoid spells. Like, I will just take random characters and throw them in the bank, rather than doing playing a Presence of Gaia, probably. Okay, I'm gonna explain what I just did here in a second, but we need to take this card. This is really good. Largely, I mean, here it's kind of does nothing, but once you have the silver in the shop, the silver is good because it's basically you get to see more shops, and then you get to see shops of the type you like for 0 cost. So there's an upfront cost of spending my turn on this, but after that, it's just a really, really good card. I think I might even give up on the Dragonling. It just really didn't work out. We're getting to the point where I just don't care about the treasure anymore. It's too unimpactful. So I'll play the higher stated character to the board. This is the stronger silver. It's got a higher level, so I'll take that over the Busted Bot. And alright, so here I'm gonna bank one of these cards, because I'm not playing the Silvery Moon. Silvery Moon takes silvers out of your shop. Obviously it puts a gold in, but which of these cards do I really care about gold? Just Mecha Man. So yeah, it's kind of this can be actively bad a lot of the times. Of these, they don't really do much. I think I care about the bonus more than higher level silver, so I will go with just the Scrub Fowl, I think. And that gives us our bonus here. I'm also thinking about, so Mecha Man has the ability to summon toys, and there are 2 toys that give you quests. And one of those quests is to have a slot buff in every spot. And since this character can potentially get me said slot buffs, I'm going to position on this slot number 3 to try and complete that. I doubt it will work, but we'll see. It's a very small optimization. It's, not really our main plan, but it did work. We got our slot buff. We even got rid of this Beanie Baby. Does nothing, but cool. Okay, so here's the Mordicon. Here's one of the guys that Mecha Man can use, but yeah, I'm still gonna play it because it's gonna buff all these other characters. And then I'm even gonna take Punxsutawney Phil here because it also works with a Mordicon. And because I have other summons in slots 1 and 2, that means if say I attack first, Busted Bot attacks, dies. Maybe they attacked Jack in the Box. All right, Busted Bot 2 attacks, dies. They kill the Jack in the Box. So now that's worst case scenario, but I basically guaranteed that they have in the worst case scenario they have 2 attacks to hit the fill, and so I can get fill value. So generally, when you have stuff that you don't want to attack, that goes into slot 3, and you often don't play summons anymore because they're just kind of not that strong right now. But on this captain, obviously, that's what we're doing. But yeah, so it's nice to put stuff that delays the slot 3 attacker. All right, no fill value. But we got a lot of Mordicon value. That's good. Okay, this is kind of an interesting choice. This is obviously good now. We have a bunch of farewell characters. This works with, so Jack in the Box. Jack is a pirate toy villain, so he's gonna get bonus from this. So is Mecha Man. But we only have, it'll be the third treasure, so it'll be like +6, +6. That's nothing compared to Shattered Shield. And then Golden Fountain is good, but we don't really like know how we're even gonna get treasures going forward here. So I'm gonna take the Shattered Shield. It's a huge amount of stats. We'll keep the Mecha Man in the back because it's the best of these, and like I want as many Shattered Shield triggers to affect the Mecha Man as possible. And we're quite a ways away from Tin Man. This thing does something now. I mean, I could Lightning Bolt, but again, it's no silvers in the shop. I don't think we need it to win, so I'm going to just bank this. And yeah, Twinkle Twinkle is like, that would be, maybe it could be relevant stats, but I want the silver more than a +4/+4 on a random character. This time I'm going to bank the Tin Man over the Will-O-the-Wisp, simply because this could be relevant later. I might want to find it at some point in the game. And if you pass, the more you pass like bronze and gold units, the less the less likely it is to see them again. They actually do like, you know, it becomes less likely. Again, I don't want to like explain too much about it. It's a long conversation. Alright, we get some fill value, that's good. Alright, we got a Mecha Man hunt. So we're down to just one left. Alright, it's turn 7. So I'm looking at the Scarecrow. So one of the strongest thing CHUK can do is, because all of my summons are villains, that means that if we find Poison Apple is a treasure that reduces enemy toughness to 1 after they touch a villain. It makes this really go crazy with toys. And I mean, Scarecrow is kind of a bad quest. You have to play a lot of cards or just get really lucky and find a lot of silvers. But it's such a powerful effect. Plus, like, there's also Daisy Jones's Locket and Parting Gift that work really well in this deck. It makes me want to take that. Now my cut though is a little bit trickier. I'm not sure if I should go fill or like busted bot, or like which one I should cut. Like if I do this, like I would probably cut the busted bot and put the Scarecrow. I don't really even want the Scarecrow in the back. I don't care about it getting stats. My gut says we should get rid of the fill because there's just not very good positioning. Like, you know, I put the Scarecrow in the back, it makes Phil, you know, it's fewer bodies in the way to prevent Phil from attacking. I put it in the back, it gets all of my good Shattered Shield value. That's no good. So I'm going to cut the Phil. And then, now this is a hard choice, because this is, we're absolutely taking this. This is really good. And we're going to put it in slot 5. I could cut the Mordecon. Like if we're cutting Mordecon, our position, or if we're not cutting Mordecon, it would be like this. Goodie bag at 5 probably. But I think Mordecon is the one to go. Like I really want as many Shattered Shield triggers as possible. So I'll position like this. I guess cut the Mordecon here. And I'll put Mecha Man in 5, I think. I still want to try and get this last slot buff. We found Mordecon again to win the fight. That's fun. Okay, Mousetrap would be good. Oh, we even got the hunt too, so we're completed with that. That's great. Alright, that means I'm going to put the Mecha Man back in front. So, Goodie Bag is such a good gold card. Like, it doubles the stats that it gives away. That it's like one of the times I might actually consider playing Silvery Moon. I really want to find gold Goodie Bag. Scarecrow is like... Oh, actually, never mind. I want the Mecha Man in back still. I don't want Scarecrow to get the stats. We'll even put Scarecrow in... No, that's wasteful. Scarecrow in 3. Like, Mousetrap is fine, but we'd probably be cutting the Scarecrow for it. I think I'm actually going to just Silvery Moon here. And Jasmine Dragon is an excellent card, but again, we don't really have a spot for it. We don't know how we're going to get treasures. So I'm going to just bank this, get free value, see what else we can do. Okay, now we found a Raggedy Ann. Raggedy Ann is better than these guys for sure. That being said, the back sides of them have, like, they look small, but we've also had, you know, Mordecon bonuses on it. We've had some Shattered Shield hits, so it's not that bad right now. I think I want it. I mean, it's not going to scale that much because we're still at full heart. I think maybe I'll even just bank it. I could bank this, or I could bank this and get +2/+2. That was close. I did not mean to do that. Yeah, I think I'm going to take it over Busted Bot. Oh, that was a really good summon. We get more procs on the goodie bag here. We've even finished a quest. Alright, but we do lose our first fight. So we have the +2/+2 from those elves. It's kind of being wasted here a little bit, but I mean, keep in mind that we have 9 bodies here, right? So this is not nothing, but in general, this is actually kind of like a pretty bad. We're really weak for turn 9. But you know, we're playing on lower difficulty. This might be more typical of a lot of well, newer players' games, I think. Alright, this is be okay for supporting, but I mean, this doesn't really do enough. We don't have other supports. I think I'll probably just bank this because it's the higher treasure, and then we're going to finish the Scarecrow. Bahamut is like okay stats, but I still think we'd rather find something like Chip on the Ship. Well, really, Chip on the Ship is what we want. So I'm going to just go play the silver and try and see another shop. Okay, this is okay with toys. We don't have any golds yet. Mecha Man is the only hunter, so we'll take the shield. And then here we're going to replace the Scarecrow. This quest is way too hard. Like, I mean, I'll take it when it's got, you know, like maybe 75 power or something, and, you know, given the right circumstances. But Captain Hook is one of the strongest units in the in like the base 100 cards that's in everyone's deck. This card is really, really powerful, and I'll be able to put some stats on it with the Shattered Shield, so I think it'll be able to hunt maybe. Alright, it does hunt. We get a Mousetrap, which is pretty good. Alright, we do lose the fight though, just barely. Okay, we found the Shipshape Inspector, which is the character that Mecha Man can summon. I don't really want to remove anything off our board though for it. I might do it anyways, but see, the Mecha Man can also just summon this character and you get the quest completed for free. But if I take it, like, I guess the thing we're looking for would be something like an Energize or something to give us some more base stats, I think. Something that would work good with this. And this is, like, pretty decent stats, so it's going to be kind of sad to cut it. I don't want to cut the Captain Hook. How good is Shipshape? Yeah, this is a really hard one. There's a lot of treasures that just really aren't going to do anything though. And we're definitely losing stats, but at the same time we're also not winning the fights that we're in right now, so we really need to do something to improve our board. So I guess I am going to cut the Jack. Alright, Gilded Lily helps us find poison apples, so I'll take that. I mean, Aphrodite's Tear is very decent with toys, but again, Poison Apple could be like one of our best things. And then we'll take Midas Touch though in the goodie bag. You know, it ruins our chance to get a toy or a treasure from this, but like it's just a lot of increased strength. All right, getting our own Jack in the Box is pretty good. All right, we win a fight. That's very good. All right, Oberon. That's okay with the toys. I mean, the issue here is, I guess we would position like this. Actually, it's not that bad. And it's not like we have a lot of other stuff that's better than that. I wouldn't mind silver, because chip on the ship I think would still be really, really good. I also want to find an epic character to use the Gilded Lily on this turn. But I guess with the goodie bag, Oberon is actually probably strong enough that I want to take it. Plus, it gives us a chance to play the card True Love's Kiss, which, I mean, I assume most of you are familiar with that, but transforming a legendary character into a secret rare is like a very, is like a kind of like a play that could actually win a game. All right, and then here, I guess I want legendary treasure more than uncommon. I don't really care about the +2/+2, so I'll bank Nessie. Alright, we're way behind this person. I think we'll probably take full heart, unless Hook can save us. Alright, and we didn't get to attack with Hook, so we take a full heart there. Alright, Brick Monster has stats. And Helica could be... It's like the best way we can win at this point is to find Poison Apple. Now, that's not super likely. Like, I'm not sure how many treasures there are. Maybe like 15 to 18. We have like one, you know, we see 3 of them here. Brick Monster is a treasure, like, next turn. It's good stats. But I think we have to... Well, I don't know. I mean, there's always, like, other epics. Yeah, actually, I'm going to take the Brick Monster here. Yeah, and then we'll just Ninja in Training. I don't think I want to kiss Captain Hook. Captain Hook's better than most of the secret rares. Brick Monster could be kissed. But it's a bit of a crapshoot. I think I'd rather go for just the treasure now. Okay, we didn't find it. This doesn't really do anything. It works with these two, I guess, but +10/+10 is kind of not relevant at this point. We don't really want to be doing spells, so we're going to go with Advent Calendar. Maybe if we can survive a few more turns, it can find us something relevant. Okay. Alright, we found Elven Tools. It's a little bit late for that, but the KO Star is legitimate. That's so many stats for our board. That's the kind of thing we needed to win. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna keep looking for Poison Apple though, so... let's... yeah, just bank this. And we'll just Lost in the Woods, still looking for treasure. Black Hole is kind of decent. I don't think we need it. Rather just take the silver. See, here you can see, like, having banked all these, like, all the cards throughout the game, like, my turns, like, the number of shops I'm seeing per fight is growing a lot. Here I could take the Long Johns. I mean, I don't really care about making these silver. You know, I'd be happy to get treasure from them, but Navi is a consideration, though. I think I will just Long Johns, but I think either way, like, either play would be fine. Okay, we've eliminated the Candyman. So now we just got to see, like, are we going to be able to keep up with that other player? I think, my guess is we're probably going into the finals here. but I'm not sure. Alright, chip on the ship. Excellent. I'm going to play it over the brick monster here. This thing is also a villain, which is quite nice. And then we'll use it to pop our 2 best characters. Alright, yeah, we definitely can't win. But if we had found the what's it called? The poison apple, we would actually just be able to completely roast these guys probably. Like, it's possible they have too much stat gain in the fight, but I think in general we'd be favored in that situation. Alright, well, anyways, this is a pretty long video, I think. I hope this is helpful. Yeah, I hope that people who would like to have this information have access, or can find this video. But thank you again for watching. If you have any questions, just, I mean, you can DM me on Discord, or, I mean, you can post stuff on YouTube. That's fine. I watch the YouTube comments pretty closely. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. I will catch you next time. Goodbye.